I always make a freaking mess when I film videos. It's like awful. Books everywhere. And I never feel like putting them back. Hey everyone, it's Kayla and welcome to Vlogmas Day 4. Today I will be doing the social media book tag. I was tagged by Kat from Katytastic and I will leave her channel below. She's awesome, as you all know. This tag was originally created by FaultyDevices and modified by Ariel, Bissett, and I will leave everyone's information below along with the original videos. Go check them out. And basically what you're going to do in this tag is you're going to pick a social media outlet and then relate that to a book. So number 1 is Twitter, and for this I'm supposed to pick a favorite shorter book. And for this, I went with Goddess of Yesterday by Caroline B. Cooney. This is a Trojan War middle grade retelling. It's only about 250 pages, and to me that's pretty short. It follows a girl named Alexandra as she is pummeled from place to place because people just keep conquering her land. And eventually she finds herself in the house of Helen of Sparta, as we all know. Paris comes and swoops her away. So yes, definitely check this book out if you're really into Greek myth, if you're into the Trojan War era. I'm not going to say it's accurate by any means, but it's the author's interpretation. But I just love this book so much and I highly recommend it. And I don't hear anything about it. I read it when I was really young, so highly recommend that you check it out. The next social media outlet is Facebook, and for this you're supposed to pick a book that everyone pressured you to read. When I first joined BookTube, all I heard was about Stephanie Perkins and Anna and the French Kiss, and I'm like, what a weird title. Why would I ever read a book like that? And lo and behold, it's here in my hand, all pretty. I actually bought this on an impulse when I first discovered the BookTube community, and I read it in one sitting. I read it from like 11 to 2 a.m. and no regrets, guys. I love this book, and I don't even like contemporary. I just think it's so cute, and I just think it takes place at a school in Paris. Even the setting, guys, I highly recommend this. I just don't like the title. I feel like the title throws a lot of people off. Like, I got this as a gift from my friend Chelsea for Christmas last year, and it took her a while to actually read it, but when she did, she texted me and she was like, so good. Exactly. So good. And a book that I haven't read yet that everyone's pressuring me to read is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I did start this in February this year, but I wasn't really in the mood and I didn't want to force myself to read it because I really want to enjoy it because I love my high fantasy and I just want to get absorbed into this world. So I got about 50 pages in and I stopped, but I really want to read it soon. And the next social media outlet is Tumblr, and for this you're supposed to pick a book that you read before it was cool. And for this I am definitely going with The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. I feel like so many people have just read this book for the first time this past year and the year before. I read it about 5 years ago. Then in my senior year of college, Marcus Zusak actually came and taught a masterclass on writing and I got to attend it and it was freaking fantastic, and he is so nice, so funny, and it was just so interesting to hear him speak. Of course I got it signed, and he did like little drawings in the book, and it just says, Dear Kayla, here's to Kutztown, Pennsylvania, which is where I went to school, and Sydney, and that's where he's from, and he signed it and dated it October 2011. And yeah, one of my most prized possessions, guys. I just watched the movie for the first time the other day. So good. The next social media outlet is MySpace, and for this I'm supposed to pick a book that I don't remember whether I liked it or not, and for this I went with The Giver by Lois Lowry, and I read this in 6th grade, I believe, and it was one of the first dystopians that I've read. I'd like to read it now that I don't have school obligations to read it. I feel like required reading for school affects the way that you feel about a book sometimes, so I'd really like to give this another go. I mean, I bought it for a reason, to have it in my collection, so I really want to give it another shot and see if I like it or not. The next social media outlet is Instagram, and you're supposed to pick a book that is so beautiful that you had to Instagram it right away. And for this, I obviously had to go with The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. This book is just so gorgeous, and it's my favorite read of the year by far. I just love the spine, how it's bright red in your face, and yes, just the attention to detail, even without the dust jacket on it. Hello! So beautiful. Yes, yes. definitely the bone season. So next we have YouTube, and that is pick a book that you really want to see turned into a movie. For this one, I chose a book. However, it is something that I would like to see as a mini series on TV. I think it would work fantastic. And that book is The Bronze Horseman by Paulina Simons. The miniseries would probably have to be on HBO because of all the war-related themes and also all of the sex. This book is just fantastic. It's a historical romance epic. I think it will work brilliantly. And the last social media outlet is Goodreads, and that was to pick a book that you would recommend to everyone. I was looking through my bookshelf. I'm like, well, I already talked about that a lot. So I'm gonna go with Seconds by Brian Lee O'Malley. It's a graphic novel. It's not a series. I just think the message of this book is very, very universal. Basically, the story follows a girl who asks the question, what if? What if I could go back and change one little thing? She finds this magic mushroom that grants her wish when she eats it. And of course, nothing is enough. And also when she goes to change everything, it changes everything. So she always is trying to fix her mistakes. It's the artwork and paneling that I really love about this book. So yes, I highly recommend Seconds by Brian Lee O'Malley. For those of you that are familiar with Scott Pilgrim, he wrote the Scott Pilgrim series as well. And this dust jacket, guys, comes off because look how beautiful. Ooh, I almost got stabbed in the eye there. Look how beautiful this naked book is. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So yes, that is why I relate Seconds to Goodreads. Thank you, Kat, for tagging me. All the people I mentioned at the beginning of this video will be found below, so go check them out. And I'm not going to tag anyone because this is a fairly old tag, so I'm not sure who has done it or not. So let's just do something fun. If your birthday is in the last half of the year, I tag you to do this tag. And I will see you all with Vlogmas Day 5 tomorrow. Bye!